The coronavirus continues to spread across Italy, near where Kent State students are studying abroad. Hear how the university is taking precautions to protect them.
A fire that broke out outside of the Denny's in Streetsboro and what firefighters are saying about this incident. I'll have more details to come.
Film producer Harvey Weinstein found guilty and sentenced to 25 years in prison. More on the charges brought against him and when the felonies took place.
Coming up later on my Monday sports report, the men's basketball team suffered a very disappointing loss Friday night. I was there and I'll break down what transpired. TV2 News starts right now.
This is TV2 News.
We begin today with two severe fires that took place over the weekend. Good evening, Kent State and all of Portage County. I'm Maddy Haberberger.
And I'm Rachel Gross. An early morning blaze that took place at a local Denny's is under investigation. Our reporter Shaquiena Davis is live at the scene with more on this incident. Hi, Shaquiena.
Thanks, Rachel. As you can see, I am at the Denny's in Streetsboro where a fire broke out around 2:42 a.m. this morning. As you can see, some damage was done on the outside of the building behind me. You can see that there is a hole right there in a wall where the fire did affect that area of the entrance of Denny's, where officials said that Denny's was open at this time of the incidents, where there were people inside at the time when the fire broke out. An employee and customer said that they smelled smoke coming from the building at the time of this incident. Also that fortunately no one in the restaurant was injured. According to officials, they're still looking at other possible causes of the incident. At this time, they do not know what is going on, and they are still looking to this investigation. Reporting for TV2 live in Streetsboro, I'm Shaquiena Davis.
Thanks for that report, Shaquiena. A massive fire broke out last night near the border of Rocky River and Lakewood that completely engulfed a condo that was under construction. The fire department shut down traffic on I-90 as well as surrounding areas as they worked to put out the flames. An investigation, including the state's fire marshal office, is underway to try and determine what caused the fire. And Kent State Florence students received an email warning them of the coronavirus's rapid spread in Italy. Cases have spiked in northern Italy as at least 200 people have died from the virus. Kent State Florence has canceled its upcoming trips to Venice and Milan, places where the virus has spread. Students are warned to take precautions on all non-sanctioned trips. The email also says that at this time, Florence has not been affected by the virus and that they're monitoring the situation with the Kent campus.
The man accused of pulling down the pants of two women on Kent State's campus has been sentenced to 1 year in prison. 21-year-old Christopher Eugene Clark pled guilty to 2 counts of aggravated assault and obstruction of official business. Along with prison time, Clark must also serve 4 years probation, pay a $300 fine and court costs, and is not allowed on the university's campus. A statement released by Kent State University addressed the controversy around the decision to have Jane Fonda speak at the 50th commemoration of May 4th. After facing public opposition from Ohio Secretary of State Frank LaRose, the university is defending their decision. Fonda is still receiving criticism from her opposition to the Vietnam War in the 70s. More recently, Fonda has been in the news for her arrests on Capitol Hill while protesting climate change. In the statement released, the university said they are listening to both sides, but are still going to continue to have Fonda speak.
Hello and welcome to your Portage County weather forecast. Let's get into it, shall we? Currently in Kent right now it's 49 degrees, but it feels a little cooler, 49 degrees. Winds coming up from the south by southwest at a nice breezy 8 miles per hour. Humidity 55%. Taking a look at statewide conditions across northeastern Ohio. 44 up in Ashtabula, 44 in Worcester, 44 in Mansfield. Cleveland surfing at a nice 50 degrees as we see Youngstown and Sandusky at 45. Looking at the radar here, we see that following on those winds, we have rains coming in from the southwest, gradually progressing up towards Cleveland. We should be seeing those around 10 o'clock tonight. Cold and cloudy with mild showers. Hopefully everyone stays nice and dry out there. Back to you.
Thanks, Dan. A new park in Kent will allow all kids to have the opportunity to play. Aaron Simonek reports.
We wanted to have a signature project. We wanted to do something in town. We felt that we were doing a lot of projects outside of the area. So that's why we jumped on it and said, you know, this is a good project.
The Kent Parks and Rec Department teamed up with the city's Rotary Club to build a new playground on Franklin Avenue.
We wanted to make sure that, we provide a safe environment.
The new structure is on the grounds of the community center across the street from Holden Elementary. Before, kids who used the community center would have to cross the street to Holden Elementary's playground. Now they have one of their own.
We have a project that can serve a cross-section of our community. This has an opportunity to benefit a large number of kids, regardless of where they live in the community and regardless of their socioeconomic status or any of that.
The city said it was important for children with all types of abilities to be able to use the playground. This handicapped accessible chair is available on the swing sets. And these musical flowers can be used by anyone, including children using wheelchairs.
They can interact. It's a physical playground, sensory playground. Also has some social interaction for kids just to play. What we're moving towards more now is, as opposed to accessibility, which all playgrounds should be accessible, is the inclusive idea of all kids can play together.
The season's mild weather, most of the playground has already been installed. Reporting in Kent, I'm Erin Simonek for TV2 News.
The $1.2 million resurfacing of West Main Street in Kent is set to begin this spring. According to officials, ODOT just finished their plans to mill and resurface the near 2-mile stretch of road. The City of Kent is responsible for over $400,000 of the fund, and ODOT will provide the rest of the $1.25 million. The project will go out to bid on February 27th, and construction will begin in May. And motorists who travel on Route 8 should prepare for some traffic headaches as work is set to begin on the road this Wednesday. The Ohio Department of Transportation released details of their nearly $60 million plan to redo the road. Drivers can expect to see detours, split lanes, and ramp closures along the route. For more information about how this could affect your commute, visit the ODOT website.
Kent State biology professor Dr. Colleen Novak received nearly $500,000 grant to study weight loss related to stress. Dr. Novak discovered that in rats, the scent of a predator can activate a fight or flight response that causes muscles to heat up, which in turn burns calories. Novak plans to use the grant to further research into if this could be adapted to help humans. And authorities are searching for 2 suspects who robbed a Stowe gas station Sunday morning. The duo was caught on camera robbing the station at gunpoint and then stealing an employee's SUV. The stolen vehicle in question has the license plate of GST 6352. Surveillance photos were released of the pair, and anyone with information on the two or have seen the stolen car should call Stowe Police.
Grocery store chain Meijer is looking to build a gas station with a convenience store close to their store located on Kent Road in Stowe. The Planning Commission will review their proposal tomorrow at 6 p.m. If the plan makes it past the Commission, the City Council would review it next. The gas station would be located on the north side of Kent Road, right across from Stowe's Community Plaza that contains Target, Kohl's, and Giant Eagle.
An analysis run by graduate students in the KSU College of Education found that students in Kent City School District typically have lower reading scores in the beginning of the school year than they did at the end of the previous year. Because of this study, the Kent City School District is planning to expand its summer reading programs to help students retain knowledge. One of the target areas of the district is to help economically disadvantaged students reach the same level as others. And the Kent State School of Fashion is once again ranked one of the top fashion schools in the nation and the world. Kent State provides unique information, resources, and opportunities for fashion students, such as the Study Away programs. The school is ranked number 5 in the nation and number 15 in the world, according to fashion news source Fashionista.
A new Amazon facility will soon become part of the skyline in Akron. See what this means for employment in the surrounding areas.
And when we come back, see what exactly took place with film producer Harvey Weinstein, resulting in his 25-year sentence.
And stick around for an update on tomorrow's weather as well as the 7-day forecast coming up after the break.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke.
I'm Paul George, and I want you to spot a stroke fast.
F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911.
Protect the ones you love.
Spot a stroke fast.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Welcome back. A 15-year-old girl from Worcester was found dead in a park near Cincinnati over the weekend. According to police, Emma Roberts went missing from her group home in Cincinnati earlier last week and was found at the park at around 9 a.m. on Friday. The cause of death is still pending, and police have no leads or suspects in question. And Amazon is looking to hire nearly 3,000 workers in Akron. The retail giant is in the process of constructing a fulfillment center on Robic Road near the site of where Rolling Acres Mall was recently demolished. The new center is in need of workers and originally expected to need 1,500 workers, but as of today, they decided to double that amount. Akron's Director of Development, Adele Roth, says she still expects that number to change, considering the facility does not open for another year.
State Superintendent Paula DeMaria has proposed a new plan in which high school students will not have to be considered proficient in math or English to graduate. The plan only requires students to meet a score that is above basic but below proficient. The new requirements were passed last summer, but DeMaria has until March 1st to set the minimum score needed. The new requirements will start with the class of 2023.
Hello and welcome back. Let's take a look at tomorrow's forecast, shall we? Tomorrow we will see 46 degrees as our high as we drop down into the lower 20s, and it'll be cloudy with showers in the a.m. Now moving on to the hourly forecast. At 8 a.m. we should see a nice 40 degrees. At noon it bumps up to 44 and gets a little bit warmer, reaching that high at 4 p.m. before it drops back down in for the night. Now taking a look at our 7-day forecast. We see Tuesday, Wednesday, cloudy with mild showers, 2 days of rain. However, on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we can expect a lot of snowfall. So there will be icy conditions on the road, so make sure everyone stays safe out there. 46, 45 for a high tomorrow and the day after. Thursday, 26, dropping down even lower for a 17 as a low on Friday. Saturday, however, that's when the sun starts to pop back out with mild snowfall. Sunday also as well, mild snowfall but partially sunny, drying up everything else. Monday moving into a little warmer area with still being cloudy, 32 degrees for a low. And that's all for your 7-day forecast. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining us. I'm Dan Snyder. See you tomorrow.
Thanks, Dan. A new process meant to stop partisan gerrymandering is now being put into effect in Ohio. Legislative map makers will have less opportunities to create unfair districts in 2020. The new rules were adopted as an amendment after map makers packed districts with similar voters and made sure different voters were separated in 16 districts in the state. However, due to this new law, Ohio is projected to lose a whole congressional district.
The ACLU is one step closer to passing a petition to help protect voters' rights. The Attorney General of Ohio okayed the petition last week. The ballot measure seeks to create automatic voter registration to guarantee 28 days of early voting and allow same-day registration and voting statewide. If it gets approval from the Ohio Ballot Board, the ACLU can then begin collecting signatures. And the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services plans to invest nearly $1 million into an emergency fund to help departments battered by the opioid epidemic. This comes as 1 in 4 children's services caseworkers left their job due to burnout and secondary trauma from 2015 to 2016. The emergency fund will help assist agencies in crisis by creating a 3-person response team that can offer statewide support.
Big news today for the state of Ohio. This weekend marked the first girls' state wrestling tournament in its history. More than 250 girls took part, representing just under 100 schools. This tournament isn't officially sanctioned by the OHSAA. The organization is helping out, and they could make girls wrestling an official varsity sport in the near future. The tournament began Saturday and the finals took place Sunday, where they handed out state championships in 14 different weight classes. With the Nevada caucus over, the primaries head to South Carolina this weekend. We'll have the details in a minute.
We got mad basketball coverage of this weekend with the ladies and men in action. I'll have the full weekend wrap-up in Kent State sports coming up later.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Planning the right amount of food is hard. The Guestimator makes it easy. Just tell it who's coming and what's for dinner. Then it tells you how much to make. And yes, it even plans for leftovers. Try it at Save the Food.
Weinstein, with his manipulation, his resources, his attorneys, his publicists, and his spies, did everything he could to silence the survivors. But they refused to be silent.
Former Hollywood film producer Harvey Weinstein faces up to 25 years in prison after he was found guilty of felony sex crimes and rape. The jury acquitted him on the most serious charges of predatory sexual assault, which could have delivered a life sentence. Instead, Weinstein was found guilty on 2 of 5 charges for assaulting 2 women in 2006 and 2013. Weinstein was brought out of the courtroom in handcuffs to await his sentencing on March 11th.
The Nevada caucus took place this weekend, and once again, Senator Sanders came out on top in the Democratic primary with a wide percentage lead over Biden. The South Carolina primary takes place this Saturday, February 29th, where candidates like Klobuchar, Steyer, and Warren hope to catch up.
We are in this together.
Bernie Sanders' landslide win in Nevada, sending the remaining Democratic candidates into a full-out sprint to slow his momentum.
I've been hearing, the establishment is getting a little bit nervous about our campaign. If the cameras turn on this crowd and our friends in Wall Street and the drug companies see this kind of crowd, you're going to really get them nervous.
Joe Biden, praying South Carolina and its core base of black voters will be his campaign's lifeline, providing his first victory of the primary season.
But folks, the vote is in your hands, not a joke. You can control this outcome.
The former vice president stressing his goal is to defeat President Trump no matter what, something he believes Sanders cannot do. Biden and the other top remaining candidates pitching why they're the perfect alternative to Sanders. Michael Bloomberg still won't be on the ballot until Super Tuesday, but he'll be on the debate stage in South Carolina, where his record as New York City mayor will once again likely come to light. Pete Buttigieg, who struggled to connect with Black and Latino voters, could be further highlighted in the upcoming states, warning how a Sanders nomination could hurt Democrats in November.
I respect my friend Senator Sanders, but I also believe that the way we will build the movement to defeat Donald Trump is to call people into our tent, not to call them names online.
Amy Klobuchar's campaign suffering from a lack of diverse support too, but she says not to counter out just yet.
Why would I get out? That's not even a close call for me. And I think, why would you have
a call for the two women to get out when you have two billionaires in the race. Super Tuesday is a way, way different world.
Elizabeth Warren telling voters to simply check out her accomplishments as senator and compare her record to that of Sanders.
I have rock solid values and I have a record of getting things done. And that translates into what I want to do as president.
The new public charge rule that goes into effect today will allow the government to deny green cards to legal immigrants who use or are likely to use Medicaid, food stamps, or other safety net programs. The Supreme Court decided to remove the final order blocking the rule in a 5-4 vote along ideological lines. Immigration rights groups expect that the policy will drastically limit immigration visas and make it harder for poor immigrants to obtain green cards.
Over the course of my visit, Prime Minister Modi and I will also discuss our efforts to expand the economic ties between our two countries. We will be making very, very major, among the biggest ever made, trade deals.
President Trump kicked off a whirlwind 36-hour visit to India today. He was greeted at a rally of nearly 100,000 attendees and a visit to the Taj Mahal before beginning negotiations with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. At the end of the rally, Trump boasted a nearly $3 billion defense deal in the works with India. A senior White House official also said that Trump plans to raise the issue of religious freedom with Modi following the passage of a controversial religion-based citizenship bill that's triggered protests across the country.
Actor Jussie Smollett pled not guilty today for his restored charges of staging a racist and homophobic attack against him last year in Chicago. He also is charged for falsely reporting the attack to the police, which brings him to 6 counts of felony disorderly conduct. Smollett's lawyer expressed how frustrated the actor is for being pulled through the entire process again after doing it last year. His next court date is set for March 18th. And Julian Assange's attorneys are fighting against an extradition to the United States, arguing that he would face an unfair trial in the U.S. The WikiLeaks founder allegedly obtained secret military documents regarding U.S. action in the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. His attorney argues that he would not receive a fair trial based on his foreign nationality and his political opinions. Assange was arrested last April in London and has been held in prison ever since.
A public memorial was held today in Los Angeles for Kobe and Gianna Bryant. How they were honored when we return.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
And now, your TV2 Sports Report.
Good afternoon, Kent State University and all of Portage County. I am Dante Centofanti with your Monday Sports Reports here on this cloudy day on campus. The men's basketball team was looking to rebound after a brutal loss to Eastern Michigan Friday night. Let's head out to the MAC where I had the full insight on what transpired. Yes, it was not the best night. National television audience for Danny Pippen was out with the back injury. No timetable given by Rob Sinderoff on his return. Ahmad Crump getting you ready for the Kent State game. Hype up man for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Anthony Roberts finished with 23 points this game. He was hooping. The Flashes had the lead for the majority of the first half, 39-33 lead at the half. Buffalo would charge back though in the second half. Sorry about that dad joke as you see Antonio Williams, boo man with a slam there. Buffalo figured it out at halftime like I said. Javon Graves, the St. Vincent St. Mary product, went bonkers, dropping 33. It was a hard-fought battle in the second half, as you can see there with that jump ball, but the two-time defending MAC champs outlasted the Flashes as they won 104-98 in double overtime. Poor shooting didn't help the team as they went 6 for 22 from 3, 15 for 33 from the field. They are back on the floor Tuesday to face Miami, and they fall to 4th in the MAC East standings. Well, it was senior day for the women Saturday. Emotions ran high as they looked to turn that emotion into points. As you can see, Athletic Director Joel Nielsen hugging that player. First quarter, Megan Carter wonders why nobody is guarding her. She dropped 21 points in this game. She was hooping. Fourth quarter, Isaiah Dingle finished with 12 points, 4 rebounds as she drives to the hole. Seniors get a proper send-off as the ladies ring the bell, winning 80-75. In the final meet before the track and field team heads to Akron for the MAC tournament, they took home collectively 4 wins at the Kent State Fieldhouse Saturday. Yes, 2 in the men's and 2 in the women's. The team won both pole vault events in men's and women's. Freshman Lily Franks finished first in the women's high jump, and junior Jake Wicke taking home the final W for the Flashes in the men's weight throw. Former Indians outfielder Lonnie Chisenhall has announced that he is retiring after 8 seasons in the big leagues. Best known for his walk-off celebrations, Chisenhall is ready to hang it up after not playing 1 game with the Pittsburgh Pirates a year ago. He told J.J. Smith of the Carteret County News, quote, "I have 3 kids at home. Traveling around the country wasn't practical anymore." That's all I have for my Monday sports report. Today in Los Angeles, a celebration of life took place to honor Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna. Take a look.
Mommy, Natalia, Bianca, Capri, and Daddy love you so much, Gigi. I will miss your sweet handmade cards, your sweet kisses, and your gorgeous smile. I miss you, all of you, every day. I love you.
Thousands of friends and fans gathered at Los Angeles' Staples Center this afternoon to remember Kobe Bryant, his daughter Gianna, and 7 others who died last month in a helicopter crash. The celebration of life included tributes from stars like Beyonce, Christina Aguilera, and Jimmy Kimmel, in addition to a eulogy from Kobe's wife, Vanessa. Other attendees included NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal, Michael Jordan, and fellow Lakers Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Money from ticket sales will be given to the Bryant's Mamba and Mambacita Sports Foundation, which helps youth sports programs in underserved communities. Now, we're in our yellow for Kobe today. We're in our yellow for the spring. Dan, are we going to expect spring temperatures anytime soon?
Unfortunately, not anytime soon. We will be seeing up to 6 to 10 inches of snow come this weekend after a good amount of rainfall. But hopefully good weather is right around the bend sometime soon. I don't know about you, but I am ready for spring to start.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Hopefully the groundhog's right.
Yeah, I'm not really looking forward to all this snow that's coming this week, but hopefully earlier next week we'll see.
Yeah, maybe it's the last bout of snow we'll get before spring comes. But thanks for sticking with us this Monday evening.
Be sure to stay around for an all-new episode of Sports Corner at 8. I'm Rachel Gross.
And I'm Maddy Haberberger. Have a great start to your week, Portage County. We'll see you next Monday.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
People think I'm trash. But they're wrong. Today, I'm just an aluminum can. But one day, I could be a stadium.
When they test you, stand firm and move only when you hear the seatbelt click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
I gotta tell Michaela.
What?
Oh my gosh!
That
you would not believe.
Oh, the Forbes on at 9 on Tuesdays.